Welcome to today's episode, guys. Today, we're talking about failure and dealing with failure. And somehow, I've convinced two of my best friends to podcast with me while we're all sipping our choice of poison
Warm
across the
water.
world.
It's
And
Bro,
warm
you
water.
have made like I'm day drinking on my job right now. This is
I think
not good.
that's a good thing,
yeah, but
ultimately.
I think like most stupid things in life, we're doing this together. So, for
Fair,
what
fair,
it's worth, at least that's there.
fair
Uh,
enough.
but yeah, I think we're talking about failure today, and I think an interesting idea that I want to sort of kick this off with is what if we sort of talk about our biggest failures, but I want you guys to tell me essentially what is my biggest failure, and then we can go just a round table, right? What do you guys think is the other person's biggest failure? I think that'll be a really interesting perspective to sort of start this off with rather than, just talking about our personal stories.
So
So I
let's just go around the table like I'll tell Akshay's biggest failure and then Akshay tells yours and
sounds
then you
good,
tell
sounds good,
mine.
sounds good.
Yeah,
So
can't wait to hear you tell me that.
I'm gonna start. I know because I know Akshay's failure. I think Akshay's biggest failure as I think you've failed yourself when it comes to uh, which is health. I think you did really well in the middle, which I think we kind of motivated each other in the middle. Divan started, then I followed up, then you followed up, and I think you did really well in the middle. But now you've kind of failed at
Now I'm
maintaining that
metaphorically
middle
doing
ground.
really well in the middle, right?
I think yeah, you have done very good in the middle, basically. And I think you've kind of become worse than what you were initially now.
Are we cutting off
I don't
Shaurya from
I,
this podcast?
I don't think that's true. I think like from purely like a mathematical perspective, he's like 10 kilos better than he started.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, moving on to sort of, I think Akshay, do you want to take a take at this?
Yeah. So, okay, I'm supposed to say your failure, right?
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
I think where Devansh has failed the most, and maybe he's getting better at it, not really sure, is that he had become very emotionally defensive, or was up until this point definitely defensive in terms of very less expression of emotions to any of his close friends, maybe his family, maybe any of his relationships, that sort of a thing. I know it's a very deep thought, but I have felt all of this while it is going on,
Ouch. Ouch, the attack.
but definitely improving upon that. Shaura's failure. Please take your time to sip that whiskey.
Yeah.
Take your time. We'll wait.
Can a man not enjoy his whiskey?
No,
But
go
yeah.
on, shoot. Be blunt. Be blunt. Shoot.
I think Shaurya, I think just like a lack of self-respect for the longest
What?
time. Right. And I mean, I'll tell you what I mean by that, right? Because it was sort of very evident to a point wherein, even we have had very point blank conversations with you regarding the same that, it's a problem. And, I mean, with like people who at times have publicly humiliated you, have mistreated you very clearly and very objectively, right? And everyone could see it but yourself. So I think that was definitely, I think, a big failure on your part, and I think you've really just bounced from it, and on the other spectrum. But I really feel it was a dark couple of years, or possibly even more for you during that phase, and we've seen you sort of deal with it and tolerate all of that, which I think any normal person in their sane mind wouldn't. So I think that's honestly like one of the biggest failures for you at a human level, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I think I personally agree as well. I think it was one of my dark times, one of the dark times.
I don't like the fact where everyone just says ki you both have bounced back from that failure, but nobody said the fucking same thing to me.
No, bro, we
You,
are bouncing back from you only.
Ouch! What's up with this
thanks.
body
No,
shaming?
no,
Isn't this supposed
no,
to be
but
like
I
a
think,
positive, feel good
but you
podcast?
were telling me, Devansh, like, because I think you weren't there on that call, Akshay, that time. You were working on something, and me and Devansh were just brainstorming about this podcast. He was mentioning this that we were just having a chat about what you've been doing for your health and everything, and he was mentioning that you guys regularly do push-ups and like runs and stuff, and you've invested in a Fitbit also, I think, recently.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you are
So I've
tracking your
really
steps.
started slowly and steadily.
That's
So
what
I
it's
know
all
I'm
about, right?
way ahead, but I know my way through, to be very honest, because I've already done this. Just
Yeah.
getting old and bad habits, not this one. But yeah.
And also the fact that our man here recently went through a breakup.
Oh,
So I
that
think
that has nothing to do
one of the
with my
typical
health.
trajectories. You're never
Or-
more motivated to fucking get a six-pack abs than you when you've just broken up. I think it's just base human
That's
emotion.
why he's so emotionally insecure. That's why he's so emotionally insecure. Everything ties back to him for his relationships and breakups.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
fair enough. Fair
that's
enough.
what
I mean,
Underlying philosophy is
I mean,
sex.
that's what we are here to talk about, right? We're trying to talk about dealing with failures, right? So I think now that our biggest failures are out there, and now that we have been completely blunt, and now we have nothing to filter, so we can come clean and no filter and talk about and sort of elaborate a bit on this, right? So we were discussing Akshay, right? We were talking about his weight and everything. So you
Hmm.
mentioned that now you know your journey to it, right? But still, in some aspect, when you fail at something, when you worked hard to achieve something, and then you failed miserably at the very same thing which you've achieved
Yep.
before, even though you know the address, it should definitely feel a little low key, right? Like how do you usually, like, I don't know how, when that failure hit you, that oh shit, like I'm fat again, or
So
stop
That's a
laughing.
blunt way to put it.
no,
Stop
that's actually
laughing,
a
okay?
perfect way to put it as well. So
Yeah, but
it was a very much of a psychological hit. So I could see myself gaining weight, but I'd not have enough fucks to give because I was like, fine, if I
mm,
do this, I won't eventually reach back to the earlier level. But to be very honest, it's a bad psychological hit. When
mm,
at the end, I was standing up at the weighing scale and seeing, ki, oh, I've almost reached the milestone or reach the number I was at when I started the first place. That
yeah.
was the time it hit me. But even after that, I did not immediately started working on it again. So it kind of put me in a bad place because it was tough for me to
Mm,
finally realize the fact that yes, I have unachieved what I had achieved. So that was sort of
mm,
a failure for me. But anyway, you both have been a great motivating factor for me anyway because you're still there. You touch on managing all of the things. But whenever I saw any of your stories going out to gym, maybe you both started boxing, golfing, anything. That was one of the motivating stories. Ki I believe ki if my close friends can do it, I can start again. And I am starting to take small steps. I know it won't happen overnight. Small steps which could guide me in the right direction. But I definitely have learned from the journey I've been through, failing at what I've already achieved, to
mm,
have how to get back out there, how to get back to the original level, maybe even better. But I
mm,
am on there and I believe I can do so definitely.
I think
mm.
there's something very interesting that he said, that I reached a point wherein I felt like this is where I had started, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I think there's a
Square
clear
one.
but there is a clear distinction. It wasn't square one. The
Oh,
reason for
right.
it is I feel there are two kinds of failure, right? One is failure due to inaction, and the
Mhm.
second is failure due to action and then
Yeah.
failing. And this small distinction makes a world of a difference, right?
Mhm.
If someone looking on the outside, right, if someone is externally looking, if you start from, let's say, taking the example of his weight loss, but this is applicable to everything, whether it's your career, right, whether it's whatever relationships of your past trauma, etc., right? To someone looking from the outside, you started at 100, you did something, tried, succeeded, then failed back, went into a spiral, and you're again at 100,
Yep.
right? That's what someone else will see. But to you inside, right, you now know you've done it, right? There is this belief that, I tried, I did it once, okay, I failed ultimately, but I know the way to go about it, right? And I think that clear distinction is what sort of demarcates between, sort of the two kinds of people. One is who are never doing anything and just then uh, very easy to comment on other people, right? For
Mm.
example, whether it's something as simple as, a startup fails, right, because it's our domain, so that's my example. But whether you get laid off from your job, right, this is
Yeah.
again very contextually relevant to what's happening in COVID, in the pandemic, right? It's very easy to point fingers and say, okay, yeah, you and me are in the same place because you're also jobless, I'm also jobless, so we're the same. But it's not, because that person actually went out, got a job, worked, has that experience under them, knows what it takes, and that person can possibly do it again, versus you're just sitting here and socially commenting on other people failing, right? Because that's what we think about failure. A lot of times the concern is, okay, what will other people think? What will, other people think if I fail publicly, right? And that's where a lot of it arises. So I think that was an interesting point regarding starting over, but you did not really start over, because
Mm.
that's the nature of
It
distinction.
ultimately, I think, ties back to the fact that you have given it a shot at least. You have tried everything you could do, and maybe you're achieving, maybe you're not. But it ultimately ties back to the fact that you are actually putting in an effort to solve this crisis. Secondly, I'm not 100, guys. I'm definitely not 100. I'm lesser than that.
Well, what about, let's move on to Devansh a little bit. What about you, Devu? Like, what, you know, he mentioned about your emotional thing
Sure. So
that
I
you,
mean, guys, like, yeah. So, okay, I get where he's coming from, and he's saying sort of, the emotional sort of vulnerability and everything. And yeah, I know it's a problem, right? Wouldn't really call it a failure, because at some level, I also feel it's just a conscious call I've taken. May not be the right call necessarily, but it's just a conscious call. And yes, I do fail to sort of express my emotions, publicly. Like, I'm not even sure if I've told the two of you ever upfront and saying, guys, that I really sort of love you and value this friendship. I've never said it
never,
upfront, right?
never.
Shaurya says it
No,
a lot,
Lord.
right? I think Shaurya just
I think
says
I
it.
think he says it to random people also.
Oh, I think
love bringing my
no.
bread.
I think there is a very nice interconnection between all of our failures, because where each one of us has failed, the other two have really excelled. For
Sure.
instance, with health, you and I have excelled with health, okay? And in your case with
Whatever extent
emotion,
you may define, I mean, excelling, but yeah, we are fine and we're not.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
just trying
means
to go for a contrast.
to the pace you've
Sure,
reached.
sure.
Yeah, just trying to go on a contrast, right? Because where Akshay has failed, you and I have excelled, and then so on,
Sure.
right? So I think there's a very nice interconnection. But you mentioned that you don't really, you said that, okay, yeah, I failed at it, but it doesn't really bother me.
Because for me, it's like more what I personally feel like, it's for me, it's more on the career level personally that I've seen, right? Because in school and everything, I feel I was invested in sort of, where my career will take me and the education I'm going to receive and what I'm going to do thereafter, as everyone is, I'm sure. But
Okay.
personally, being always, I mean, academically good since childhood and everything, then you in 11th and 12th, you take the JEE, right? You try and go for the IITs. For me, I had a clear sort of goalpost in mind that I want to go for like IIT Delhi computer science. What that means is being in the top 50 people in the IIT entrance exam out of 13 lakh people who are taking it, right? And I failed, right? I was nowhere close to 50. And at
Hmm.
that point, when I had to settle for the college, which was a great college, I mean, no disrespect, but not the college that I wanted. At that point, what tends to happen and what I saw my brain do is whenever there's a failure, right? Just think of it. There are two possible outcomes. There is an action, either it's success or failure. Then you go towards the next action, either it's success or failure, and then it's a tree, essentially,
Hmm.
right? And what my mind did, and what we often do, is psychologically we're wired to look at the worst possible outcome. Okay, I did not get into IIT. Now I'll do nothing in college. Now I'll never get a good job. Now I'll settle for this mediocre life. Blah 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 blah. I'm not
That's
gonna.
actually how that's
Yeah,
actually how Indian parenting is wired.
sure. Agreed.
So
Agreed.
that
Agreed.
wiring kind of comes down to their kids because they superimpose it on them.
Agreed. So I think like culturally, yes. I mean, culturally, in this specific aspect, I feel Indian parenting is sort of fucked up. But I think this is also something very globally also I've seen, right? I feel our human brains are also wired at some level to sort of try and predict like worst case scenarios, one after the other, right? But what I ultimately realized is how you define failure as really a failure is defined as to what happens after it and what you do after it. Now,
Hmm.
looking back in retrospect, right, I gained a shit ton from that college. I'm possibly career wise, I'm in one of the best places I could ask for, right? As a
Hmm.
22-year-old running a multi-million dollar startup, doing something I'm very passionate about, health and technology, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm in a very good place. Now, if I look back at it, it seems like a success. Maybe if I had gone to IIT and had not gone for this college, maybe we would not have been close, right? We would not have pursued this project. We would not made it, right? So in retrospect, it's very easy to connect the dots looking backwards, right? Right, like the Steve Jobs speech again. It's very easy, and now I can treat it as a success because what I did after it really defined it. But at that point, it was the biggest failure in my life. It had invoked a ton of self doubt in me, and it was sort of a dark couple of months in my life. But yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that actually makes sense. I mean, when I was thinking about, when you mentioned the whole self-respect aspect, because I was thinking, yes, I think it is one of my biggest failures, that I like a self,
Hmm.
when I look at it from like a self point of view. But I think now more than ever, I think I'm at a state where I am so focused on myself, that there is a very thin line difference between ego and self-respect for me, which
Yeah,
I'm
you're a
trying to
borderline
maintain.
narcissist.
What did he say? What did he say?
You're a borderline narcissist now.
Oh, no, I
Shut,
think Saurabh is much better off than what he started off. Yeah, I
shut up.
can see the changes going through.
Yeah, true.
He's
I
much
mean,
better off what
yeah,
he's
yeah, true.
doing.
I mean, I would rather have you focus too much on yourself than being treated like a dustbin, essentially. But yeah,
Not a, that's a very extreme example. Okay, that's a very
it
extreme.
wasn't.
Just being blunt, no.
It
That,
really
yeah.
wasn't. And we have
So,
said this
but
to your face. We have said like 10x
if you
worse
have
things
that,
to your
if you have that point of view, then strike that off, because that's a very extreme example. But coming back to my point, I'll come back to the ego and
Sure.
self-respect differentiation in a bit. But basically, when I realize that, right, there's a point when you realize that failure, that you failed yourself on that self-respect aspect, right? Then I kind of I think there were two things mainly which I really jumped upon, which was recognizing and accepting my emotions for the first thing. Like the very first thing, when you realize failure, is it really hurts, right? And that's the first instance, and you need to accept that it hurts, and you try to minimize those feelings, or you're trying to distract yourself, but then those distractions can sometimes be really counterproductive for the long term prospect. So I think first of all, what I really wanted to do was trying to focus on accepting my emotions, even if it's pain. Then try to have that pain for a few days, and then try to lessen it, and then start to really move on. Right? You can't really dwell onto it for a very long time, because then it's just you just keep on taking like very counterproductive exercises which are not good for yourself, and then you end up blaming yourself, and then end up hating yourself, right? What's really key over here
Exactly.
is self-love.
100%.
I think, yeah. So to your point, right? You start blaming yourself and hating yourself. I really feel, like failure. If you think of it, it's really about the story you
Hmm,
tell yourself about yourself again.
exactly.
What is the cost of failure
Mm-hmm.
really? Right? What is the cost of failure really? It is
Yeah,
personal shame and social shame.
yeah.
Right? Personal shame is, if I fail, what will I think about myself?
Hmm,
Social shame, if I fail, what will the world think about me? Right? And the fact that you said the story you are telling you about yourself. If you tell yourself constantly, I'm a failure, and if I fail, the world is going to look at me like a loser. I'm going to think of myself as a loser, etc., etc., etc.
hmm,
Right? You
hmm.
can either tell yourself that story and dwell that pathetic sort of life going forward, right? Or you could just like learn from the best. I mean,
Yeah.
Edison, right? He said, I haven't found 999 ways. I haven't failed 999 times. I have found 999 ways that wouldn't work.
For
Yeah.
And
a that was for a light bulb,
yep,
right?
yep,
That
yep.
was
That
for a
was
light
yeah,
bulb.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, that sort of like summarizes the story these super successful and highly achieving people tell themselves about themselves. And it's also like survivorship bias and confirmation bias. So I mean, if
Hmm.
you see someone like an Elon Musk or a Bill Gates or a Mark Zuckerberg get really successful, right? What will the media do, right? I mean, no offense, but like journalists, I feel are genuinely the most bullshit propagating sort of community in the entire human species. Because what journalism and what media will do is they'll tell you this narrative that, okay, Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, they did this at 18, they did this at 20, then this at 22, this at 30, and blah 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 blah. That's how they've raised reached there. What they will not tell you is how many times these guys freaking failed in each of the things they were doing. What were the day-to-day failures that each of the guys had to just push through, right? They had to be a tank, right? I mean, if you
Yeah.
play a game, right, play like you have to be a tank. Just keep on getting hammered on day in, day out, and just keep on going, right? That's sort of the mindset that these guys have. And I think that's the story they tell themselves about themselves, right? That they're a freaking tank, right? You
I
come at
think
me, I'm gonna fail every day, but ultimately, right, it's gonna pay off.
I think what's really common in all of these people is they've just not taken failure as, they just haven't taken it personally. Like not just failure, I think even successes. I think one reason why
100%. Beautifully summed up. Beautifully
one
summed.
one reason I think why some people find failure really devastating is that their identity is sort of tied up in succeeding. So in other words, if they fail, they see themselves as a failure, right? Instead, I think failure in general, not just failure, success as well, is just an experience. It doesn't really change the real you. So this kind of comes back to the point where success and where I think success and failure, they're just not intrinsic parts of you. No part of your identity should really be like, oh, I am a success or I am a failure. Is really just a take on experience, right? If you said, like, for example, like Edison, the quote that you mentioned about Edison, right? If you would have considered himself as a failure on the 40th attempt, he would have said, oh, I'm a failure. No, he didn't say that. He didn't take it personally, right? What his opinion was that, okay, fine, like I failed, but it's really good to sort of go out and attempt on it again, keep on attempting these
Just a
things.
second. Really sorry
I
to
know
stop.
we are live, and I just saw
So
something falling down and
apparently,
distracted me. I was like,
Live
what?
on
okay,
YouTube.
okay.
I didn't know this worked for us. Okay, but we're live on YouTube. And Archita, thank you so much. I mean, I really don't know who you are, but thanks for watching. And I mean, this
God.
really means a lot. So she's just
Do you
saying,
actually think we actually
Archita, you're very lucky because we are in the middle of recording our episode, which would later get uploaded. We were not expecting someone to view this, but okay, thank you very much.
who put this on live?
guys,
It's
Archita,
access to our content by chance.
Archita OP. But anyway,
So,
No, I guess, guys,
please refrain from sharing this with anyone. Follow our YouTube channel, and then you can get to know
he's
more about it.
already following our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, right, share.
But that point about not taking failure personally, I think that's something me and Akshay have had a ton of conversations about when we were sort of doing this thing that is statistically
Mm.
very biased towards us failing terribly, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
just statistically biased towards us failing terribly in all manners, right? And then
Yeah.
only we had these conversations wherein, what if we fail? And he's like, so what?
So
As I mean, if you have to sum up this podcast, right? So what if I fail? So fucking what? Go
Yeah.
on. What you do after that matters.
exactly,
Yeah.
guys. I get it. It's more or less easier said than done. Everyone would be thinking ki these guys are giving us so much gyan, or for all the London peeps out there, knowledge. But what have these guys actually done? I'll tell you one of the aspects. I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen that news out there that we just raised our first institutional round. But trust me, before raising that round, we faced 100 failures in the pitches. We pitched to at least 100 to 150 people out there. Our startup idea, what me and Devan stand for, what are we doing? We pitched to 150 people out there over a span of a couple of months. And the news item you see is actually just one story at where we succeeded. I get it. But we know how we overcame that. We literally we did not start questioning THC per se. Ki, are we actually doing this right? We just faced this rejection, this rejection. We failed at this pitch. We just got, what do you call it, rocked by one of this investor. He just squashed us out of the park by questioning us. Are we actually failing at THC? We did not start questioning us or our startup per se, but we kept at it.
I think
definitely.
I did at some point. Like, I mean,
But
honest
definitely we
confession, right?
improved upon those. No,
Sure.
even if one or two, genuinely speaking, the advice anyone gave us was genuinely good. I'm not saying the advice we received was bad or
No, I
actually.
questioned myself. That's what I was saying. That,
Okay.
I sort of had that.
No, but
moment of
eventually,
self-doubt.
what I'm trying to prove is even if you did, did it stop you from achieving where you are right now?
No, because again, my story wasn't okay. My story was, yes, this guy said something right, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but that does not mean I will keep on doing something wrong for the rest of my life, right?
Exactly. But that's
Yeah.
what the guys like that media point, right? You guys see that one media post out there.
True.
But trust me, it's been not one smooth ride, and it's never a smooth ride. It's
Yeah.
a little bit tougher to get
like,
on, but overcome that failures. Even if you question yourself, it's fine. Correct your ways, improve upon yourself, and just get what you want, where you want to be.
yeah, like
That's a
done.
very good point, right? Improve
Yeah, I mean,
upon yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So I mean, for me, right, in general, right now for the three of us, it's sort of a little easy to sort of talk about these concepts
Exactly,
at
yeah.
large and everything, right? But something
Yeah.
that I just really want to get out is the only reason we can sort of talk about this is because when this happened to us, and when this has been constantly happening to us, right? Series of failures before this are not necessarily even related to the startup, but like on a personal level as well, right? Right from, let's say, your sixth grade, second grade, I used to lose terribly at football games. I couldn't speak. I had terrible stage fright. The first time I went up to speak for a public speaking sort of event in eighth grade, I freaking collapsed almost on stage, right? I mean, my legs were trembling to now a point wherein I'm very comfortable speaking to anyone and everyone, essentially, right? So, I mean, we've all had those insanely, terrible moments of self doubt, and it's sort of easy to sort of say that you won't doubt yourself, don't worry, tell yourself a better story, but it happens, man. As they say, right, in the MMA, right, it's very very easy to sort of sit on the outside and be like, yeah, he should have done this, he should have punched that, but all of the song and the rainbows go away the moment you get your first punch, right? That's when you forget everything. And I mean, to this point, right, obviously it still gives me a lot of self-doubt anytime I fail, right? Honest confession, right? It brings up that level of self-doubt in you. But the point is, because I have failed at so many things, I am desensitized to that failure now. With every failure, right, every additional failure, you sort of level up the armor on your tank, right? You sort of
Yeah.
level up the armor on your tank. I think that's the best analogy, that the armor sort of becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start getting affected lesser and lesser and lesser, to now a point, right, wherein, I mean, failing is just second nature. You're failing every day at doing
Every
something,
day.
right? We're trying to do so many things. We're trying to be so freaking innovative. We know we're going to fail a shit ton, probably going to fail at 99% of the things, which is what happens in human life. If you look at statistically speaking, you will fail at 99% of the things, but the 1% success is just exponentially better and exponentially sweeter. So, which is why, action, not
Yeah.
inaction, two sort of distinctions.
I remember when I was interviewing for companies for my
Yes,
placement year.
yes. I'm so glad
Uh,
you brought that up,
God.
because I mean, we've had conversations in depth
yeah,
regarding over and
I
dark.
was I was I was getting a lot of rejections, right? I think that the beauty, I think for me personally now, 10 failures, I would rather pick 10 failures than one success. And I think the reason behind that is truly because, solely because they really help me grow. Failures really, really help me grow. So I really want to put two things out there. When I was going through those rejections, right? And I see this in people today, they don't take right amount of responsibility for their failures. We have people who are always ready to blame others, or other events for the lack of their success. For
Yeah.
instance, I lose a football match, oh, the referee was biased, or the
Classic victim mentality. I mean,
yeah,
that's a generational problem we all have. I mean, that's
exactly.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I personally don't agree with that, right? I think it is important to recognize when, of course, it is important to recognize when other factors, really affect your success. But it is also important to recognize when you yourself sort of could have done something to improve the matter. Like right now, you mentioned about COVID, right? People are blaming. Like I know students are coming up and they're like, "Oh, there are no jobs because COVID is there." No, there are jobs. In my company, the asset management wing has increased the number of hires from 20 to 40 for the summer, solely because they are doing really well. And during the COVID pandemic, we had some really good numbers, and our revenue was really strong, so we upped our numbers. So it's working out there still. So there are a lot of jobs out there if you really want them. So first of all, I think stop blaming. So when I stopped blaming other things, I realized that I took responsibility of my actions. So I worked upon myself, right? Which
No,
comes
no.
to my second
Taking
point.
responsibility for your actions is the ultimate thing. No, you have to start taking responsibility for actions, else you're never gonna move on from that failure. Never.
Exactly,
Accountability, guys. Accountability is sexy.
But
exactly.
accountability is a new sexy.
Yeah. But
Which which
here's
which
my thing
brings
on.
me,
Yeah.
sorry, which, I'm gonna forget this point otherwise, because it brings me to my second point, which is that use failure as a way to improve, right? So you really, really have to sort of take accountability of your actions first, and then be like, okay, this is what's wrong with me, and then I'm gonna use this to improve upon myself. So don't
There is
think of
no
failure as
improvement
failure.
without failure.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
have we really even learned from our successes? To be very honest,
No.
What have you really even learned from your successes? Not much. It's the glory, it's the feel good that you remember. What you have really learned in life boils down to the failures, boils down to those moments wherein it's not working out, right?
Yeah.
That it, it's just how it is. I mean, but
Yeah.
here's my thing on like victim mentality, right? Which is the
Yeah.
sort of point I want to cover, which you beautifully brought out. Is I mean, here's my thing with victim mentality. I agree. Taking the example of COVID, I agree. The pandemic is something that's not in your control. In your
Correct.
life, actually, even a lot of things will be beyond your control, right? A lot of
Yeah.
things will be beyond your control. That's just how it is, right? I mean, no one promised you that life is going to be fair. Who promised you that life will be an even playing field? No one did that, right? And
Correct.
it is unfair in that sense. But here's my thing. What other option do you have? Okay, agreed. I take everyone's point. Life is unfair. Maybe some person had it easier. Some person was born with a silver spoon, etc., etc., etc. But what other option do you really have than to just go and chase for what you want, right? Because ultimately, what it resorts to is literally just blaming others. And how pathetic do you have to be to make something else and someone else's actions or some situation the center point and the locus of your life, your actions? How pathetic do you have to be? And till how long can you be pathetic? Do you want to be that 60-year-old, who's just grumpy and sad with life, probably fighting with his, wife at that point, just because he couldn't get what he wanted and he's blaming everyone else for it, right? Might as well go give it a shot. Even if you fail, it's fine, right? I
Yeah.
mean, give it a shot, right? Fail 20 times, you're still gonna be glad that you tried and failed instead of just being this grumpy old man. I mean, to be very
No,
honest.
this reminds you of that beautiful, beautiful scene from I'm not sure if everyone's seen it, Rocky. Beautiful
Oh,
scene.
everyone's seen it, bro. Everyone has seen
I
it.
have this blurry memory wherein he just is talking to his son and just tells him कि nobody's gonna hit you hard in life, hurt you hard, either you, me, nobody, except life. It's gonna keep you down if you let it keep you down. It's not sunshine and rainbows, and you just have to fight it
Yeah.
off. Nothing else. So obviously, I
Yeah.
suck at paraphrasing.
No, yeah. It's exactly that. It's all
It's exactly
sunshine
like
and
that.
It's all
rainbows till you get
I
punched
would,
in
I
the
think,
face,
I would
and
really
no one
recommend.
punches you as hard as life does.
life does, and it's gonna keep you there if you let it.
I would really recommend two movies, and I think I'll put the link in description for like the trailer of both of these movies. One of them is obviously Rocky that you mentioned. The
Yeah.
other one is The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith
Oh,
in it.
amazing movie.
Amazing.
And
That movie made me cry. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like,
Will Smith.
"Fuck, what
I
is
love Will
this?
Smith, I think.
Yeah.
What
Right.
is
Yeah.
this? I mean, this
that guy is made of metal
agreed.
Metal,
in the
definitely.
movie.
And
Taking care of a kid, no.
he has all the reason in the world to blame his color, his race, where he
Correct.
was born, his
His
situation, the
financial status,
government,
everything.
the economy. He has all of the reasons you can possibly imagine to
Yeah.
blame. He doesn't, because he has that accountability. I am responsible for this child, so I'm going to go out there, do what it takes. I'm going to fail as a salesman day after day, but eventually I'm going to make it, right?
Mm.
And I mean, that's what life is. I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, that's what else is there to do in life. You fail 99 times and you succeed the 100th. Then there'll be failure after that too, and then you succeed the 100th. Then there'll be failure after that too. Or karna kya hai life mein, right? I mean, what else is there to do in life?
As long as you're not dying, right?
Yeah.
Am I going to die?
Am I going to die?
Well, I think this has been like a really good fun chat about failure. I think if let's just try and wrap it up. If each one of us could come up with one little, like if you could summarize dealing with failure in 30 seconds,
30
how
seconds.
how would you? Yeah, 30 seconds, like a small, quick one, or maybe a minute. How would you like an elevator pitch for dealing with failure? Let's try and go around that. So anyone wants to volunteer? Go ahead.
I go, yeah. So guys, nothing's ever gonna happen if you just keep changing your mobile wallpapers with motivational wallpapers, your laptop screens with motivational wallpapers. Nothing's gonna happen ever, ever. You're not gonna get motivated out of those. The only thing which will keep you going is by starting to take action. Not be afraid of failure, because they're gonna come anyway in your life. As everyone said in this, you do 100 things, 99 of them will fail. Stop changing your wallpapers. Stop listening to shit music just to get motivated. Just get on with it, start taking action, and I definitely guarantee you'll reach somewhere much higher than where you are now.
Shaurya, you go next. Quickly.
You always go last, Devansh. He's so
Yeah.
smart. He gets extra time.
I want to have the last
You
word.
then. Okay,
That's
cool.
I want to have
My
the last word.
pitch with failure is you have failed. Absolutely. Embrace it. Embrace your failure, because when you accept and take accountability for your failing actions, um, it builds up on your self growth. So you want to work upon yourself, you want to have all the faith in yourself, and you want to use all of your resources and all of the time that you have and put it in yourself. And when you do that, when you realize that, like Akshay said, changing wallpapers, listening to motivational music, that is fine. That happens and you can do that. But
I've
when
done
it
it.
comes from within, when it becomes intrinsic, that's when you actually grow. And that's how failure will really help you grow towards a better success in the future. So just focus around that. And 100% it works. It's worked for me, it's worked for 100 other people. And I think that's how I would bring all of the failure together into an elevator pitch.
Beautifully said, my amigos.
Go on, Devansh.
I,
Go on. We
You
are
know,
not-
I hate Devansh ending the podcast because the
We are
podcast never
waiting
ends.
for his 10-minute
but I
elevator
haven't
pitch.
ended, guys. Wait,
If Devansh legit tries to end the
wait.
podcast,
Can
it
I
won't ever end.
mic drop after this? But yeah. Okay, so here's my thing. The perfect recipe for never failing is to do nothing. Right? The perfect recipe for never failing is if you do nothing, lead a pathetic, caged, limited life, right? Trapped by your own insecurities, your own ego, your sense of self. That's the only way you'll never fail and you'll always be protected from failure is if you're not living, right? So I mean, might as well go for it because a failure is only defined as such by what you do after it, right?
True.
I think that's basically my take on failure. And cheers, guys. This was good. I think Akshay is out, but like, cheers, man. Virtually,
Cheers.
we'll do
Cheers,
this
guys.
soon, man. Come to India. Come to Delhi, please. Come.
Okay,
Okay,
come.
guys. Hope you had fun. Do drop in your comments if there's anything you'd like us to talk about. This is always Shaurya's thing, but I am taking over. Like, share, subscribe, and Archana Rai, thanks for watching.
OBA, press the bell icon. That's also the thing you do. Press the bell
Press the
icon,
bell
guys, for
icon.
notifications. But like, generally, if you liked it, like, share it with a friend. I don't care if you like, comment, whatever. But if you genuinely liked it, share it with someone who you think can benefit from it, right? Just
Definitely.
share the love.
Okay, guys. See you. Thanks.
3, 2, 1, clap, bro. That's our
Three,
tradition.
two,
3, 2,
1, clap.